Chào mọi người. Happy Labour's Day. I don't know if you know, but well, if you live in Vietnam, then you definitely do. But if you don't, the 1st of May is Labour's Day in Vietnam, and we all have a day off today. And a coincidence. Chào Steven. Hi Steve. Ở đây và luôn luôn sẵn sàng học. Very happy to hear that. By the way, it should be sẵn sàng, not sẵn sàng anh. Yeah, I'll show you how to spell that in a bit. Hello, Leon. Hi, if you are here, if you're watching, please say hello. It's nice to know who are watching this and who communicating with. So hi. So as I was saying, in Vietnam, because the 1st of May is right after another Vietnamese national holiday, which is the 30th of April. It's a Liberation Day. So in Vietnam, we always have the two holidays together, and like this year, those 2 days falls on Thursday and Friday. So everyone have like a long 4-day holiday. And normally people would go, traveling, go for a holiday. But I guess this year, because of current situation, so people don't do much. Let me know if you have Labour's Day in your country, and if you do anything in your country for this day. I remember since I was small, I always find this day very strange because it's Labour's Day, celebrating, working and, doing labor job, and then to celebrate that you have a day not doing any work. So I always found it a bit strange. Hello, Benjamin. Hi, Colin. Nice to have you back as well. Hi, Chris. Hey, Chris is a student of TVO. Hi, Keith. Chú Look. Chú rất chăm chỉ, chú luôn luôn tham gia livestream của Tiếng Việt ơi. Hello everyone. Yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly here. I'm gonna type this in just for Steve. I just sent a message with the correct spelling of the word sẵn sàng, which is ready. So yeah, just in case you want to know the spelling. Yeah. Okay. So remember, if you are here, if you're watching, please say hello, so I know who you are. Hello. If you if you say hello, and if you have your account's name is not your real name, can you tell me what's your name as well? Tên bạn là gì? I find myself like when correcting or when talking to you and not seeing your name, then I was like, oh, I don't know how to address them. And someone had a funny account the other day, and with I thought, is he here? No, not here yet, but his account name was James Leon, and I literally thought his name was James, so I didn't realize that you were playing with words. Yeah, so yeah, if you can tell me your name, tên của bạn, that'd be great as well. Hello, Chris, Chase, Dave, Vincent, hi, and there are a few Chris here. Tamer and F07. I don't know what your name is. Okay, so today the topic for the live stream today is Vietnamese demonstrative determiners. So I'm gonna explain that what are the Vietnamese demonstrative determiners in the lesson today, and also when to use it, where to put it, and the pronunciation as well. And as the previous live stream I have done, after I explain it, I will always give you some practice exercise to test your understanding, and also I'll try to get you to practice on your own and then correct your grammar as well. So yeah, make sure that like to be really engaged in the lesson and to send your sentences and your question anytime you want, and I'll try my best to answer all of it. Also, hi, wow, there are a lot more people saying hello. Hello, Patrick. I've seen your account a few times. I never know what your name, so thanks for telling me your name. Sorry, I can't tell my government anything, but I'm sure they will open the border soon. The situation seems quite stable now. I don't know if a second wave gonna come in, but at the moment it's quite stable. So I think opening the border will be happening soon. Ok, chào Craig. Chào em có khỏe không? Okay, hi Jerun. Before we start the lesson today, I want to spend a minute to tell you about this project, this partnership that we have with Blue Dragon. Does any of you heard about Blue Dragon? If you haven't, well, Blue Dragon is a organization, like a charity, an NGO, and they dedicated their time and effort into saving like children, Vietnamese children, and the victims of human trafficking. So I'm not gonna like. There's a lot to talk about them, and I'm quite like I do have a lot to share about Blue Dragon, but this is not the main topic of the live stream today. I'm not gonna talk too much. I would like it would be great if you have a look at them at their organization on Google. But anyway, long story short, we've been partnering with Blue Dragon for over 2 years now, yeah, since the January 2018, and we want to support their work, and every month since then we've been TVO Tieng Viet Oi been donating 5% of our monthly profit to Blue Dragon and into their, and that money is used for, you know, like providing shelter for Vietnamese children who need a shelter, like who are the victim of domestic violence, or like children who are wandering the streets selling things and not having an education. And also that money is also used for to fund their trips to rescue women and children who are the victim of human trafficking, and most of them are in China, but they are in a few other countries as well. And I think you can imagine how dangerous and difficult those like trips can be. And unfortunately, the last couple of months we haven't been able to send our donation to Blue Dragon because of current situation. Well, I mean, we are a bit struggling a bit, but we understand that they would be struggling a lot more because they would still have to provide shelter to children, and they still get phone calls like regularly, a victim in China like begging for their help. So I asked them if there's anything else we can do to support it, and so apparently they are running this project, and I want to spend a minute sharing it with you guys. So if you're interested, if you are inspired by their work, then you can maybe do something to help as well. I'll show you, yeah. So this is a project that they have. Can you see it? Yeah. this is a project they have. It's called Emergency Appeal. So here there's some children and families are struggling, like hungry and doesn't have a shelter, and then women are unable to escape as well. So you can donate, and to donate there are two options. You can either donate once, or you can make this a monthly donation if you want to. Your donation will rescue and heal women and girls trapped in slavery, find children sleeping rough on the streets and get them to safety, provide emergency support for families who have lost their incomes. So your money will be able to help a lot to the people who are struggling in Vietnam. And here they show you what your money can do. Oh, sorry, not here. Here's how far your money will go. $15. It's not a lot of money. It's not a big amount of money at all. But $15 will feed a whole family for a week. $30, you will give a trafficking survivor an essential needs pack after being rescued, and stuff like that. So yeah, I just want to quickly introduce you about this program. And in case you didn't see, you didn't watch our live stream last week, I want to remind you that we have a new function on our live stream, which is the super chats. Maybe some of you are familiar to that, but if you're not, then you can see. Oh, why do I see that? Do you see a dollar symbol under your chat box? Under the say something, do you see a symbol, dollar symbol? I saw that before, but now I don't see it anymore. But anyway, we decided that all the money we receive for the live stream today will be sent straight to Blue Dragon as well, as a part to support them with their work at the moment. So yeah, if you yeah, thanks Colin for letting me know. I saw earlier on my window, but it's disappeared now. So yeah. Siêu nói chuyện, yeah. So you can either go to the website, just click on bluedragon.org. Yeah, I can send you the link in a bit. So you can donate straight on the website, or all the money we receive in the live stream today will go straight to Blue Dragon as well. So up to you and whatever is more suitable for you. I just sent you the link for Blue Dragon. Okay, so that's all. I just want to share a bit about that. And now we can go back to the lesson today, which is demonstrative determiners. Okay. Okay, so in order to explain about this, I'll switch the screen again to the whiteboard. Okay, can you see it? Okay, so what are demonstrative determiners? I'm sure if you have learned another language, then you would know this, but I admitted before I never use this term because it's a technical term, so I never knew what it was before until recently when I decided to keep a live stream about this topic. So for those of you who are like me, doesn't know what this is, then demonstrative determiners are like words that provide like additional information about the proximity of the word or phrase. So basically, the four demonstrative determiners in English are this, that, these, and those. Okay, so I'm sure if you have learned Vietnamese for like a while, then you probably know what these words, how to translate these words to Vietnamese. Quite simple. However, there are a few more things here. Like if you translate, oh, this is này, and that is đây. Oh, sorry, đó. Then yeah, you are correct. But there are a few things that you also need to know about. Why is it like this but not like that, and what is the plural form, and where is it put in the sentence, blah blah blah, and a few others. So I'm gonna explain everything today. So again, in English, those words are this, that, these, and those, right? And yes, in Vietnamese, this and these are actually the same. If you haven't known that, because you probably know that we don't care too much about plural. Like if you have cat, and then if you have 3 cats, you have to add the s. In Vietnamese, you have con mèo. And you have 3 con mèo, right? So most of the time we don't care too much about the plural form. So in this case, it's the same. For this, the word for this is the same as these, and the word for that is the same as those. And you probably know what this is này, and for that and those is đó. Okay, so here's a point where some of you might wonder, what about đây? I thought đây is also this. And then some other of you might ask, what about đấy? Because even though you say đó, but I hear people actually say đấy in Vietnamese. Both of those 2 questions are correct. So here is the thing. The word this in English, you can be used in 2 different situations, right? You can either use it this way. This is something. This is my mother. This is my girlfriend. This is a pen. And then a second way of using this is when it's followed by a noun. This plus a noun. So these are the 2 different situations where you use this. And from what I'm understanding, the first situation is actually demonstrative pronoun, which means that it's really hard to speak and type at the same time. I keep finding myself like making a spelling mistake. Pronoun. And the second one is actually the demonstrative. Yeah. So the difference between these 2 is the first one is you to replace a pronoun. I think normally it's a shortened for this animal or this cat is my cat, or this thing is a pen. And the second one is just support a noun. So that's the reason why, because there are 2 different things like that. In English, you use the same word. In Vietnamese, we use 2 different words. The first situation we use này, sorry, đây. So this is the reason why some people confuse and say why there are 2 different words. And actually some people will say bút đây là bút của em, but no, đây is only used at the beginning, followed by the verb to be là. as a demonstrative pronoun. So đây là bút của em. This is my pen. Đây là mẹ của em. This is my mom. Đây là quả xoài. This is a mango. And for the second situation, the word here is này. And as you know, many situations the order in Vietnamese is the opposite of the order in English, right? So in English, adjective is put before the noun, but in Vietnamese the opposite. So the same for this one. You would say this cat, but we say con mèo này. So that's the two different meanings of this. But because today we're not focusing on the demonstrative pronouns, so I'm just gonna focus on the words này and đó. Okay. So the same as for the second question, why is it đó? But I rarely hear đó and I mostly hear đấy. Well, that is true. The reason is that in Vietnamese there are a few things that are written in the same way, but in speaking people never say it that way. I don't know why, but I guess the pronunciation the new pronunciation we give it is easier to pronounce than these original words. A few examples for this would be, like I said in one of the previous live stream, this is a word for alcohol, right? So rượu, but it's really difficult to pronounce even for me. So Vietnamese people actually pronounce it the same as this one, rượu. No one say rượu, right? Or when you're talking about third person, would be anh ấy, chị ấy, cô ấy, right? In reality, people never say ấy. Again, ấy is quite difficult. It's not really difficult. It's just like, you know, not as smooth and easy as the word ý. So if you talk to people, you will hear people say anh ý, chị ý, cô ý. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to speak. Another example, let me see if there's okay. You probably know this final particle in Vietnamese nhé. It's similar to like okay, so like em mở cửa nhé. I'm gonna open the window, okay? So that's how we write it everywhere. But when we say it, we actually say nhớ em mở cửa nhé. So again, nhé, your mouth has to stretch. Nhé, it's more work, right? And nhớ, you just have to slightly open your mouth. Nhớ. So these are all for the inconvenience, for the convenience of like speaking it fast and easily. Okay. Wow. last scene. Okay, I don't know. Hi, you're Mark and Nga. Thank you so much for your generous contribution. 15 US dollars, that's amazing. So again, I want to tell you straight away that these $15 gonna go straight to Blue Dragon today. They would be thrilled to receive this donation from YouTube. So thank you so much, Mark and Nga. Yeah, and that's great that to see that. I was a bit worried because someone mentioned that Tamer, mentioned that he didn't see the button, so I thought that maybe it's not working again. But yeah, now I know it is. So again, cảm ơn anh chị rất nhiều. Okay, where was I? Okay, so these are a few examples of how words are sometimes pronounced differently from the way they are written. So the same for đó. For this word, your mouth have to be really round, right? Đó. So again, you have to round up your mouth. It's a bit of work. So in speaking, people actually say đấy. So for example, cái xe máy đó, we say cái xe máy đấy. Or cái nhà đó, instead of we say cái nhà đấy instead of cái nhà đó. Okay. So đó or đấy is that or those. Này is this or these. But I want to introduce another word that you don't really have it in English, but we use it in Vietnamese, and it's also belong to the demonstrative determiners, which is kia. Kia. So what is kia? When you're talking about the location, the position of things, then này is normally used when the thing that you're talking about is close to you, to the speaker, or both the speaker and the listener, right? Đó and đấy is normally used when the thing you're talking about is far from the speaker, but near the listener. And kia is the third situation. Kia is used when the things you're talking about is far from both the speaker and the listener. Okay? So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Này, near the speaker or both speaker and listener. Đó, in spoken language, đấy, near the listener but far from the speaker. And kia is far from both the speaker and the listener. And the only way I can guess to translate this word in to English is like over there. So like ngôi nhà kia, that house, the house over there, far from both of us. Or con chó kia, like that dog over there. Or ông kia, you can also say ông kia is like that man over there. And this is interesting because you probably know hôm qua, hôm nay, ngày mai, right? Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Hôm qua, hôm nay, ngày mai. And in English, if you want to talk about the day after tomorrow, then you say the day after tomorrow. And then before hôm qua, the word for before hôm qua, you probably say 2 days ago. But in English, in Vietnamese, we say hôm kia, as in 2 days ago, the day before yesterday. And for the day after tomorrow, we say ngày kia. So interesting, right? Ngày kia and hôm kia. So that day, either in the past or in the future, is far away from both of us. Okay? So okay, wait, sorry, I'm just gonna quickly read through the messages to see if there's any questions. So the way Vietnamese pronounce the is different from English the. I actually don't think so. I would say the D with the cross in Vietnamese is the same with the D, the letter, the normal D in English. The difference is the letter D with nothing. Here, I'm gonna type it. In Vietnamese, we have 2 Ds, which is this one and this one, right? So this one is the same as D in English, and this one is the same as Z in English. Okay? The first one is the, and the second one is the. The pronunciation I'm introducing to you guys are all Northern because I was born and grew up in Hanoi. So yeah, I speak Northern accent, there might be some difference in the South, and I'm sorry I won't be able to tell you because I don't want to teach you things that I'm not sure of, because that might be wrong. I'm always terrible, like literally terrible with doing different accents anyway, so yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Alan. Yeah, I'm glad that you understand the word kia now. Này và ni. So này again is Northern Vietnamese. Ni, I think, is one of the central accents. I'm not sure exactly where, but yeah, it also means this, but in a different dialect. Okay, so that's the three words that belong to the category of demonstrative. Wait, someone mentioned earlier how to pronounce that word correctly. I don't know if determiners. Determiners. Wow, sorry. I won't Google it up later. I'm sorry if I've been pronouncing that wrong, but I don't want to interrupt your live stream and go look it up now. So yeah, thank you though, John, for telling me that. I will check it again later. Mel, thank you so much for, we just received another super chat. Are you Vietnamese? Because you got the tone and everything correctly. Thank you so much for your donation to Blue Dragon. I'm sure they would appreciate a lot. Yeah. Thanks, guys. This has been great. So back to this. That's the three words that I want to introduce today. So let's talk about the order these words will stay in a sentence. Okay. Here, I'm going to type this. If you have a quantity, a number before that, I'm going to erase all of this, okay, guys? Ooh. If you want to put in a sentence and there are a few other elements to as well, then this would be the order. First, you will have the quantity, so like a number, and then normally you would need the classifier, and then you have the noun, and the last one will be the determiners. So, for example, you can say con mèo này, what I said earlier. So in this situation, I don't have quantity. Quantity is put in brackets. So if you want it, you can have it. But normally when you use a noun with này, đó, or kia, then you wouldn't want to put a classifier before as well. It would sound more natural. If you forget the classifier, it's not wrong, but again, not as natural as using it. So con mèo này. That mango, for example, you can say quả xoài đấy. If you want to have a number, you can say, for example, hai cái áo kia. So let's imagine you go to the shop and you say tôi muốn mua áo. I want to buy a shirt. And the seller asks, which shirt do you want to buy? Chị muốn mua áo nào? And you can say hai cái áo kia and point over there, far away from both of you and the seller. So the two shirts over there. So number first, and then the classifier, and then the noun, and then này, đó, đấy, kia. And the second one you see here, as I told you earlier, Vietnamese people don't care too much about plural, but when you want, because here for this example, you have the number, you have the quantity. If you say two, everyone knows that it's plural, right? Why do we need to put anything else, like a letter S, to express that it's plural? So that's how Vietnamese people seem to think of things, like simplify it. The same for tenses. Like if I say hôm qua already, it's obvious I'm talking about the past. So why do I need to add any other grammar word to demonstrate that I'm talking about the past? That's why Vietnamese people say hôm qua em đi xem phim. Yesterday I go watch a movie. I don't need to say hôm qua em đã đi xem phim, which đã is a word for past tense. So for us, when we already have something obvious, we skip the other one. So that is this situation. Hai cái áo kia, skip the plural word. But for situations when you do not have a specific number, it's not clear that you're talking about plural form. In that case, Vietnamese people would use the plural word. And here, những người đấy, those people. Okay, so with that explanation, you probably understand that for these, you can say những dot. You can fill in the blank here and then này. Những cái bút này, những người này, these people. For đó, đấy, the same. Những and then đấy, or in written, đó. Same here as well. Những kia. Okay. Does it make sense? So that's basically everything, all the basic things that you need to know about the Vietnamese demonstrative determiners. So if you have any question before moving to the practice, then please let me know. I want to make sure that everyone get, because I feel like this, I haven't had much engage in, what's the noun for engage? Suddenly slipped my mind. Anyway, I haven't had much interaction with you guys today. I only been explaining, and that's not my usual style of teaching. So yeah, I'm gonna stop for a bit to give you time for questions. Okay. F07. No, there's no difference between bánh mì with the I and bánh mì with the Y. It's just different ways that Vietnamese people spell things. And yeah, it's another funny thing with Vietnamese, like a lot of words we can pronounce it with both Y and I. Actually, in the dictionary, you're more likely to see the letter Y, but in daily life, people use both of them equally. Most of our lessons are from the north, 0. Some are from the south, and those who are which are from the south, we do put a note either on the title of the video or in the description that this is southern accent. So anh John, khi nào dùng từ những? Again, những is used before the noun to express that this is the plural form of the noun, and we use những when it's not obvious that we're talking about a plural form or something. So when you don't have a number, the use of những is actually a lot more complicated than that. There are a few. The thing is, it's quite different. It's almost completely different with the way English people use plural. So that's why people get really confused. But I don't want to go too deep into that because it might be, you know, a whole big lesson. So for now, I'm just going to give you a simple explanation, which is plural form for when it's not obvious. Hello, Vandet from Cambodia. Ricky, đã and rồi are slightly different. Đã is when you did something, đã is like the past tense, so like similar to ed in at the end of a verb in English. Rồi is more like already. So sometimes you use both of them, sometimes you only use one of them. So they are not the same. That's why it's not that if you use this one, you don't need the other one. Depends on the situation. Hi Mel. Oh, you're Chinese. Hi. Well, that would be. I don't speak Chinese, but that would be great. That'd be really easy for Chinese people to learn Vietnamese, and if the grammar is almost identical. I'm actually sure that like even pronunciation would be quite similar because in Chinese you have a lot of tones as well. So yeah, that would make it a breeze for you then. Lily, where did you see that sentence? It's kind of like a funny sentence. It's like not quite a tongue twister because it's not too hard to pronounce that sentence, but like a funny sentence to play with word. And so qua here is like a very like local slang or like word, like a word for a person, like you, for example. I'm not actually entirely sure, but so you, if you replace some of the qua with you, then the translation would be you said you would come over. Qua is also a verb mean to come over. So you said you would come over, but you didn't come over. You said you didn't come over and then you come over. So basically just playing with the word qua with two different meanings. Yeah, Alan. Yeah, some people say buồn. It's like a funny way for buồn. That's correct, Steve. Đó là một cái áo. Again, and đấy là một cái áo. Exactly the same, but đấy là một cái áo is more natural in speaking. Okay, well, I did think that when I teach this lesson, a few of you will ask for the difference between các and những. And các and những is has been a problem that when I was first asked this question by one of my students, I was like, oh my god, I have no idea. And then I went on Google and did a lot of research, and seems like even the Vietnamese experts linguistics like are still to this day arguing about exact difference between các and những. There are a few explanations that are more widely accepted, and there are some other explanations that are less widely accepted. So okay, I'll tell you briefly about my understanding of it at the end then, because I don't want to interrupt this in the middle. So yeah, I'll talk about it after the practice of this, okay? So yeah, Ben, if you stay till the end, I'll explain it. Talk, đấy, for your definition, like it's also used like, okay, so này and đấy are also used for, how do you say, like unreal things, like things that are not physical objects. Like if you say that memory or that day, so they are not the physical objects. So you don't really use gear for memories or a day or like an event, for example. The explanation I gave earlier about far and near from speaker and listener are only for physical objects, okay? So for everything else, you people just use này or đấy, not kia. Zero. Okay, if you want to learn about the Saigon accent, there are a few things I can recommend. One, we have teachers in Ho Chi Minh City, so you can sign up with TVO teachers who live in Ho Chi Minh City and has Saigon accent. Or if you only want to learn on YouTube, then there's a really good channel called Learn Vietnamese with Annie, and all her lessons are in Southern accent, so I would recommend that. Drachia, the first lesson for someone who wants to learn Vietnamese. People might disagree, but I always say pronunciation, including the alphabet, the vowels, the tones. And when I started teaching Vietnamese, like I have this girl, and at that time I was new, so I was quite like hurt by it. But she had 2 lessons with me, and then she stopped because she said, oh, after 2 lessons, my friends could say things, but I still couldn't say anything because I spent the first 2 lessons teaching her the tones and then repeating like how to pronounce all the vowels correctly, how to pronounce all the tones correctly. And she got, just demotivated because she can't say anything yet. But that is kind of my opinion on this. Since grammar is super easy and pronunciation is the most important thing in order to be able to communicate with the local, to get them to understand you, I always recommend focus on pronunciation first, get all the sound properly, and then you go on to learning grammar and vocabulary and structures and stuff, and then you're just gonna fly through, But if you can say a lot of sentences and words, but you can't pronounce them properly, then it's for nothing. Vietnamese people are quite, unforgiving with pronunciation mistakes. So, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop answering questions here and then go to the practice, so you guys have chance to check your understanding about what I just explained. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna switch you to PowerPoint. Okay, here you see, like previous live stream, I will have a few sentences that you can fill in the blanks with one of the words that we learned in the lesson today. And I want you to send in the chat your answer, okay? So I know if you have problem understanding it. Okay, first one. Chào anh tên là gì? Anh tên là John và blank là bạn gái của anh, Laura. Fill in the blanks with đây, này, đấy, and kia. I'm gonna skip đó because I assume that you are learning to be able to speak, right? Not to write. So I'm gonna get you familiar with đấy so you can be more comfortable when using it in real life. Wow, we have so many different answers for this one. Đây, này, đây, kia, đây, đây, đây. Okay, wow, I just saw a problem because most of you are not typing Vietnamese with all the tones. So when you send your answer, I wouldn't know if you are saying đây as in this or đấy as in that. So if you can type the tone, please do that. If you can't, then please type the day and then with a additional of this or that. Okay. Wow, okay, so there are 4 different words that you can hear here, and I have seen the answer for all 4 of them. So, okay, let's focus on. Oh, sorry, wait, Mark, did you just send another donation? You did, right? Mark, oh, wait, me, is that the same one? I think that's the same one, Mark and Nga, right? Thank you so much. I honestly don't know what to say. And that is so generous. Wow, okay, thank you. Honestly, I don't know what to say. My face is getting hot from from the excitement. But yeah, again, on behalf of Blue Dragon, thank you very much again. Okay, back to this. So for those who say này, if you forget, này is put after a noun in Vietnamese, right? The equivalent to this noun in English. So here there's no noun before the blank, so you can't put này in here. For people who say đây and kia, both of these are correct. When I wrote this sentence, my intention was đây. Hello, what's your name? My name is John, and this is my girlfriend Laura. So I kind of imagine you're at a party and then you're standing next to your girlfriend, right? But kia is also correct because in another situation where you are standing here talking to someone and your girlfriend over there, and you can say and kia là bạn gái của anh. So people who guessing đây and kia are correct. Well done, guys. Okay, next one. Nhìn kìa, con chuồn chuồn, blank, đẹp quá. Nhìn kìa, say, look over there. Nhìn kìa, con chuồn chuồn is a dragonfly. Đẹp quá, so beautiful. So, guys, what should be the correct one? We have này, kia, đó, đấy. Okay, so no one is guessing kia, which is correct because kia is not, this is something. Sorry, no one's guessing đây, so that's correct. Đây is wrong. People guessing này, kia, or đấy. For này, if you say look, nhìn kìa, look over there, then it's kind of obvious that the thing is far from you. So you wouldn't say này. If you say nhìn này, look here, nhìn này, con chuồn chuồn này đẹp quá, that'd be correct. But if you say nhìn kìa, so look over there, then here you would say con chuồn chuồn kia đẹp quá. Đấy, grammatically is not wrong, but if you put yourself in the situation, you say look over there, then it's far from both the speaker and the listener, and dragonfly, you know, fly in the sky, so it not realistically would be close to the listener. So the best one for this sentence would be kia. So well done, guys. John, you can't send money from Singapore to Blue Dragon in this chat. If you can't, because I know that super chats are not available in some countries, so you can go to the link directly to Blue Dragon link. Here I'm gonna send it again, and you can make the direct donation from there. Okay, there you go. Thank you again for wanting to support them. Okay, so number three. Chai bia blank không lạnh. Tôi muốn chai bia khác. Also, guys, please let me know if you want me to pronounce the sentence a few times or if you want me to say it one more time, because like I can't hear you, so I don't know if you're actually practicing the sentence on your own or you need correction with your pronunciation. So if you need me to say that again, then let me know. Này, 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 này. Okay. Kìa. Ben, interesting question. I actually didn't think about that. But if you say nhìn này, then it's look here in Thai Bia này is the same. Nhìn kìa. So I guess, this is my guess. I'm not going to say this is the absolute correct answer, but my guess is the same as the other words. Like nhìn kia, it doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound easy. So nhìn kia, it's like look over there. So people kind of added the tone nhìn kia, look over there. And then so basically they mean the same thing, but you can't replace kia with kia in other situation. Chai bia này, very good guys. So everyone got the correct answer. Chai bia này không lạnh, tôi muốn chai bia khác. This bottle of beer is not cold. I want another bottle of beer. Okay. Well done, 100% correctly. Very proud of you guys. Okay, chai is a bottle. Okay, so chai beer is a bottle of beer. As I said, normally you would have like a classifier before the noun. Okay, next one. Chị đã xem phim Matrix chưa? Phim something. Rất hay. Đã and chưa, this structure for those who don't know yet, đã and chưa is have yet. So it's a structure for the question, present perfect question. Have you something yet? Chị đã xem phim Matrix chưa? Phim something. Rất hay. If you make the mistake of saying phim rất tốt, then make sure that hay would be the correct adjective to use with phim. Okay. Hay also means tốt, but hay is good in when you're talking about entertainment. Like the book is very good. Chuyện rất hay. The song is very good. Bài hát rất hay. Phim rất hay. The movie is very good. If you say phim tốt, chuyện tốt, bài hát tốt, it sounds really, really strange. Okay, let's see. Đấy. Okay, apparently Minh Anh, our teacher, TVO teacher, is participating in this exercise while she's sending her guests as well, which is cheating. So Minh Anh, you can support me by answering other people. You're not allowed to answer, okay? Okay, so the best answer for this sentence would be đấy. Chị đã xem phim Matrix chưa? Phim đấy rất hay. Because the movie is not here. It's not a physical thing here, or it's not around them. They are just talking about a movie, right? So using this is not natural. The best one would be phim đấy rất hay. That movie is very good. Okay. Next one. Yes, John, một chai bia nữa, one more beer. You can actually you can just say một bia nữa, one more beer. You don't need to say one more bottle of beer. Yeah, Minh Anh is giving the excuse explanation that you guys are so engaging that make her excited and she wants to join in as well. So I guess it's a compliment on Minh Anh's side that you are doing so well. So great job, guys. To Steve, đó and đấy, is it close to you because you have seen it? Not really. So as I said, my explanation of close and near to the speaker and the listener is only apply for physical objects. And for things that are not physical objects, you just say đó, đấy, or này. So all of them for this and that, that's it. For non-physical objects, there's no like far from you, far from me. It's just simple this and that as in English, okay? So here you only use này or đấy because it is a non-physical one. Oh, we just received another super chat. This is from Vincent. Thank you, Vincent. Great to see that you can send from Singapore because earlier it didn't work. And just to make it clear, thank you so much for sending this for my good lesson. I'm glad you enjoy it. But for this live stream, all the money will go to Blue Dragon. So your money will actually go toward supporting Vietnamese children, families, and victims of human trafficking. Okay, so that would be great. You'll be able to help a lot with that. Thank you. Okay, next one. Blank là nhà của tôi, mời vào. Mời vào is a handy phrase to know. Mời vào, come in. So blank là nhà của tôi, is my house. Come in, please. I actually don't know your guests for the new sentence start from where. But okay, the most of you guessed correctly anyway. So the correct one would be đây. Đây là nhà của tôi. This is my house. Mời vào. So Sanji, if there is a word nhà at the beginning, then you can say nhà này là nhà của tôi. But because there's no noun before, so you won't have to put đây, because này can only go after a noun. However, even if there's the word nhà at the beginning, nhà này is not natural. This house is my house. People just say this is my house. Nick, you can't send it from Thailand, so please scroll up. You can donate directly to the website that I send the link above. So I think in that link you'll be able to send your donation from anywhere. For someone guessed đấy. Okay, đấy is wouldn't be suitable for this one because if you invite them to come in, that thing has to be here, right? The house has to be here. So you don't say, oh, that is my house. Please come in over there. So yeah, the best one would be đấy. Okay, next one. Em không nhìn rõ blank có phải là xe máy của bọn mình không? Em không nhìn rõ. Rõ is clearly. So em không nhìn rõ. I can't see, I don't see clearly. Blank có phải là xe máy của bọn mình không? Something our motorbike. Bọn mình, our, including both the listener and the speaker. Xe máy của bọn mình. And có phải là, it's like, is it? So far we have kia, đấy, kia, đây as well. Kìa. So most of you guess kia. That is correct. Well done. Most of you put ooh. Okay. Kia over there is that our bike over there. Kia would be the best one to put in this blank, because if you can't see clearly, it means it's far away, right? And you can't see clearly, it's far away, and you're talking to someone, it means that person also far away from it. However, đấy có phải là xe máy của bọn mình không? Would be okay as well. Like it's not like it sounds okay to me, it sounds right to me, and it's not unnatural or it doesn't sound weird or anything. So I would accept đấy có phải là xe máy của bọn mình không? But Kia would be the best one, okay? And it wouldn't be đây because this our bike. If it's close, and she wouldn't say em không nhìn rõ, I can't see clearly. Okay. So next one. Em còn nhớ cô gái em gặp tuần trước không? Something là cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh. Em còn nhớ cô gái em gặp tuần trước không? Cô gái, the girl. Do you remember the girl you met last week? Something, cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh is my Vietnamese teacher. Thank you, unbeknownst. I see your name a lot, but I don't know your real name, so you have to tell me your name, because on these nickname is really making me find hard to know who I'm talking to. But thank you. Đấy, đây, kia, đây. Wow, okay. So many different cases. Này as well. Okay, so that's all 4 guesses. Okay, so let's correct this. Đây là cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh is not suitable for this, because do you remember the girl you met last week? This is my Vietnamese teacher. That doesn't sound great in doesn't sound correct in English, right? So đây is not correct. It's not close. Này definitely not correct, because you don't have a noun before that. Cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh. Đấy là cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh would be the correct one. Do you remember the girl you met last week? That's my Vietnamese teacher. And for those who guess kia, I understand why you think so, because it's far away from both of you from last week, right? But again, because this is not a physical object, even though the girl you met last week, she's a real human being, is a physical person, but you're not pointing, she's not in the conversation in here, right? You're not pointing at her or looking at her. You're talking about like the memory, the event that happened. So it's not physical. And if it's not physical, then you only use đây, này or đấy. You don't use kia. So the best one for this sentence would be đấy là cô giáo tiếng Việt của anh. Mi español es no bien. Apoc. Thanks for checking. My last lesson was in December, and I've been meaning to get back to it. So yeah, it's not great. Octavio, yes, I do remember you. I recognize your name. You're really active on our channel. Thank you. Steve, what is your last answer? You changed it, right? So, ấy, Tamer, ấy, again, is also used after a noun. So, if you put at the beginning of the sentence, you wouldn't say ấy. Okay? Okay, next one. đôi giày màu vàng blank là của em và đôi màu xanh blank là của anh ấy. Đôi giày, giày shoes. Đôi is a pair, right? That pair of shoes. Màu vàng yellow. So the yellow pair of shoes. Mine. Và đôi màu xanh, the blue one, the blue pair, của anh ấy, his. So you might notice that in the first part, they say đôi giày, but the second part, it doesn't say đôi giày anymore, just say đôi. So it's the same as in English. You can replace the noun with ones, or so you say the yellow pair of shoes is mine and the blue pair. So you don't have to repeat the shoes, the same in Vietnamese. Đấy. Này. Okay guys, there are two blanks. So if you put one word, does it mean it's the same for both? Does it mean you mean the same for both? Này và kia. Này và đấy. Wow, ICM Crusher just sent 4 different guesses. It's a different combination of the words that we have. Công Lê, yes, very good question. The sentence would make perfect sense without the blank. Đôi giày màu vàng là của em và đôi giày màu xanh là của anh ấy. But if you want to fill in the blank, then đôi giày màu vàng này là của em would be good, and đôi giày màu xanh kia là của anh ấy. So these pair of shoes are mine and those pair of shoes are his. Or you can swap those two. Đôi giày màu vàng kia là của em. So those over there is mine and these are his. So it can be a swap. Đây is definitely not a correct answer for here. For those who put đấy, đôi giày màu vàng đấy là của em, it is also correct. Đôi giày màu vàng này là của em và đôi giày màu xanh đấy là của anh ấy. But again, it's correct because grammatically it's correct. But if you're thinking about the real situation, you're talking to someone, right? So that person be close to you, and you say the one over there is meaning far from the listener as well. So kia would be a better answer to fill in the blank. Này kia, yeah, to look. Well done, Chu. That's correct. Okay, so now ready for the last one. Cô gái trong bức ảnh blank là ai? Again, cô gái, the girl, trong in, bức is a classifier for photo or painting. Ảnh is a photo. So the girl in the photo là ai? Is who? Đây is not correct because đây is used to introduce something, like this is, right? Đây là. And in the previous example, the blank is put right after the noun. So đây is never put after the noun. Hello Hương. No, I haven't had lunch yet. It's 11:15 in Vietnam, so quite early to have lunch. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get lunch after this. Okay. Này. I is not one of the words that you can fill in this blank. Đấy. Okay, so most of you guess này. Em chưa đói Tem ơi, em bình thường em ăn sáng rất muộn. Em ăn sáng lúc 9 giờ nên là em thường ăn trưa lúc 1 giờ. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not an early riser, so yeah. Some of you have sent a message like saying that, oh, can you do it like at 8 or 9 Vietnam time, because it's the best time if for people who live in America, and I understand that this time is a bit late for people who live in America, but I'm sorry, there is no way I'd be ready and presentable for a live stream at 8 or 9. um, okay, so interesting. Most of you guessed này and đấy, but none of you guessed kia. This last sentence is a trick question, a trick sentence. I put this in because for this sentence you can put all three of the words in. So you can say cô gái trong bức ảnh này là ai? Imagine you're holding a photo. Cô gái trong bức ảnh này là ai? Or you can point at the photo on the wall and say cô gái trong bức ảnh kia là ai? Or even cô gái trong bức ảnh đấy, who is the girl in that photo? So for this one, I'm trying to show you that in many situations you can use all of it. It depends on the context, right? So there's not one correct answer. So all of you, except for those who guess đây with no tone, then that's wrong. But all of you, the rest of you is correct. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so that's all the practice sentence that I got for you. How do you feel? You feel pretty confident with this now, or do you still feel like, oh, you still confused with the four of them? If you do, then practice makes perfect. So you just need to do a bit more practice, and then I'm sure you'll be fine. Okay, and Steve, I hope you are. Oh my God, what just happened? Mark. Sorry, I got a okay, Mark, you are crazy. This. Oh my God, and we have someone else as well, Colin. Oh my God, okay. I I feel like I'm so happy that I did the live stream today. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Kevin. Colin, sorry, I'm sorry. I feel you guys make me feel a lot better now, because like all of us at TVO had felt quite bad that we haven't been able to send our contribution to Blue Dragon, and this come as a spontaneous idea. We didn't plan for it, and it just like last night we just like, oh, let's just do it, because I'm sure they'll be able to use a lot of it. So yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you very 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 much. Cảm ơn mọi người rất nhiều for that. Yeah. I will, you know what, if this is something that I love about Blue Dragon. After you send them the donation, it's not that like you send them the money and then that's it. Okay, they might have used it for something, but what they've been doing with TVO is they've been sending us a monthly newsletter telling us about every single story of one of the people they managed to help that month. So one month we received a story about this guy who just left house because he was this teenager left house because he was from an abusive family, and then he been like shining shoes on the street a lot, and then how Blue Dragon like helped him like learn a skill and then get a job, and now he's going back and then helping other kids. All the story of someone who got rescued from China and then sharing about her horrible experience in China. And so they share stories that, and it make you feel like it's not like other organization where like you send the money and you actually don't know exactly happened with that. But here you can receive the story of that, and you will know that like, oh, my tiny contribution like helped that girl to make her way back to her family. So it's a great feeling. So for everyone, no matter how much, for everyone who contributed today, and yes, Nick as well, thank you very much. Everyone who contributed today, if you can send us your email address, if you're interested in receiving the stories of what they've done, of how your contribution been used in, if you send us your email address, I promise I will forward those stories to you, so you can feel like you are making a difference, you know. Okay. Okay, so I feel like this has been an amazing live stream. Thanks to all of you, every single one of you, and I do mean every single one of you, because it's just you being there, like joining in this live stream and then sending me questions and doing the exercise is already make me feel so amazing. So yeah, thank you. Yes, sorry, I should have said that. You can send your email address to info at tiengvietoi.com. Yeah, if you send us your email there, then just say like, hey, I'm interested in receiving the newsletters from Blue Dragon. Then I'll make like a mailing list and forward it to you. No, Jerome, that is not a good advice. If yes, okay. For a quick answer, if you want to join in this, for a quick answer, you can use Google Translate, but it's always better if you have your keyboard and learn what tones goes with what word, and you can, you know, remember the tone, memorize the tone of the word, and then when you say it, you can pronounce it correctly. Thanks everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed this live stream. Okay. Oh. Before we leave, I did promise. I can't remember who. I did promise to quickly explain the difference between các and những. Okay. This is again. I'm gonna say my explanation is not gonna be the ultimate, the perfect one, because even Vietnamese experts like linguistics are still arguing over what is the final explanation for this. So you just have to accept that there is no one exact correct explanation for the difference between các and những. The best way to understand it is to just use it, and then slowly you know. It's like Vietnamese learning Vietnamese. Slowly you will know which case to use các and which case to use những. Okay, but my one brief explanation can be this. Let me switch to the board again. Okay, so các and những. So the brief explanation can be that các is used for general. things that you're talking about. I'm just gonna say things, okay? And những is used for a specific group of things. What does it mean by general and specific group? So for example, các bạn, you will see các a lot in using with pronoun like các bạn, chào các bạn. I say that at the beginning of every single video. So you guys are general, right? All of you, chào các bạn. But if I want to talk about you guys specifically who are watching this live stream, I would say những người đang xem live stream này. Okay, so this phrase, những người đang xem live stream này, people who are watching this live stream, is a specific group. Sorry, I should have said things or people. It's not general. So when it's narrowed down and when there's like a range, a limit, a boundary, then you will say những. Các thành phố đang tiền. Wait, let me think of an example. This is the word for vaccine, by the way, guys. The Vietnamese word for vaccine. Các thành phố đã bắt đầu nghiên cứu vaccine cho COVID. Okay, so các thành phố, the cities are starting to nghiên cứu. It's like research. The cities are starting to research the vaccination for COVID. So again, all the cities, general. When you say các thành phố, doesn't mean it's general, but doesn't mean all the city, right? Every single cities in the world. It just means like different cities. But if you want to be specific, you say những thành phố có số lượng người Okay, this is a complicated and long sentence, but I'll explain it to you. Okay, những thành phố có số lượng người nhiễm bệnh cao đang bắt đầu nghiên cứu vaccine for COVID. So this part is the same as the previous sentence, okay? But thành phố, this is a part that makes it specific. Những thành phố is not just the cities in general anymore, but it's narrowed down to the cities with the amount, số lượng, the amount, người, people, nhiễm bệnh like are infected with the virus, cao, high. So the cities with a high number of infected people are starting to research about testing the vaccination for COVID. So when I narrow it down like that, I will switch to những. Okay? So does it make sense, guys? Okay, so Ben, yes, it's your question, right? So that would be I would say the most widely accepted explanation of những and các. And then people would come up and say, oh, what about this? Because this is a general situation, but you use những. And then, or what about this? This is a specific situation, but you use các. So that is the reason why the debate just doesn't end, because people always come up with like, what about this and what about that go against the explanation. But the best way to think of it is just that everything has an exception. So you can't just be perfect about anything. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Yeah, I just see a lot more messages that I didn't get to read. I will read it later. I'm not gonna keep you just watching me staring at the screen, But I think I'm gonna end the live stream today here. Thank you everyone for joining me today and for your amazingly generous contribution to the organization, the Blue Dragon. Again, I just want to quickly repeat again that if you want to make a donation after this live stream, I will put a link in the description box that you can go there and click on and then read more about them. Okay, because I understand that if you don't know about, you have never heard of them, then you might not be inspired yet. So next live stream, as you can see on the right here, is gonna be 3 p.m. Friday next week, and the topic is 2 Vietnamese structures that are used a lot and very casually in daily life, but since it's not a big grammar point, it's not normally put in course book or like learning programs. So I'm gonna slowly pick a few phrases or structures that Vietnamese people use a lot but otherwise not focus on, and then introduce it to you guys so you can slowly, step by step, sound more like local. So that'll be the topic next week. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Cảm ơn mọi người and I will see you all next week. Tạm biệt.